Well, this is it, audience. Welcome to the start of Squirm Commentates on Avatar The Last Airbender, the entire franchise. That's right. We're starting with the original show that started it all. Then we're doing
Thank
a
you.
Generations commentary of the god-awful movie.
Boo.
And then we'll look at some of the comics. Yay, hooray, boo for some. I'll explain later. And then Legend of Korra.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not a
Well,
fan.
Keep
in
as
mind
well.
that among all these weirdos, I'm the one who doesn't know practically nothing about this franchise, so I'm literally the only newcomer here.
That's
Well,
that's the
I
whole
haven't
purpose,
seen
though.
the
You're going to be
entirety.
the unbiased guy who doesn't have any preconceived notion.
The only
Yeah.
thing I can say
TMI.
before starting this is that I'm surprised Nickelodeon manages to have a show that wasn't weird Western animation.
Well,
Yeah.
this was sort of their answer to the original Teen Titans. I'll go more into that later when we commentate on the show. Anyway, Shiroi, go on.
No, I was just gonna say that I've only seen half the series. Well, I say half. I'm at bossing say. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much halfway.
Me too. Me too.
Oh,
Shiroi,
right.
are you sure you're not copying my life?
The first thing I saw was actually the Shyamalan film, and that's what prompted me to watch the
Yeah,
show
me-
because I was
me
like,
too.
"There's no way the show can be this."
Kind
bad."
of like what happened with me with Speed Racer. Anyway,
I have my own fun story, but I'll share that when we get to the commentary.
alright, Jova,
Okay.
take us on.
Alright then, audience. Now treat this like you would the DVD box set. Start pretty much at the start with the
Or Blu-ray, if
famous
that's what you're
intro.
using.
DVD box set or Blu-ray. Basically, start right at the episode intro. You know, the famous, iconic one. You know it, and
You've seen
go
the
from
memes.
there. All right then.
Beams, Jack. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1, click.
So how
was
is
on
this,
a- it was on
pilot
the-
episode is called?
Um,
The
Let me
title, I
see.
mean.
The boy in the
Um,
iceberg.
yes, the
Yeah,
boy in the iceberg.
Actually,
Alright.
well, actually, Theo, every episode has a title, a screen showing literally the title of the episode, so you can just wait for that.
That map reminds me a lot of the one of Final Fantasy VIII.
So this show started in February of 2005. Jova, what was the hype for this show like before it aired?
I
Well,
don't think
it
it was-
was weird and nobody really knew what the show was, but we knew that it was interesting. See, this was back in the day when Western animation studios actually tried doing their take on anime, and it was pretty good, actually.
Also, this opening was apparently done by a group called Titmouse.
Mm-hmm.
Insert
Well,
your
it's not the
joke
first
here.
time Jova Canada tries to do something
Canada?
like the. Well, isn't Nickelodeon a Canadian broadcasting group?
No, it's
No.
American.
No, it's
American.
American.
I always thought it was Canadian.
That's
No.
because
Yeah, this is
that's,
American.
that's because when Nickelodeon first started, it was only mostly airing Canadian and British shows. But later, they started making their own original programming. That's why there's
Hey,
this misconception sometimes.
hang on a minute, Jova, you lied to me. I thought the show was called Avatar: The Legend of Aang.
Well,
For those who don't know, in Europe, that's what the show's called.
yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna start off with one thing. I love the soundtrack of this show. This is one of the first shows that I absolutely wanted the soundtrack of.
And what's interesting is that Matt and the creator, sorry, adapted that title into Korra's title. So that's kind of
Yeah, Trey and Matt.
it. No, one of them is Matt. I forgot the name of the other one though.
I think.
So we begin with us being in Antarctica. Sorry, I mean the Ice Kingdom.
Water Tribe.
Oh, Water
Specifically,
Tribe.
specifically, we're in the South Pole right now, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
That's cheating.
Hey, if she has the power, then she can use it.
I've got the power.
You could just turn around, man.
So there you go. When Shyamalan did that thing, that's what he was trying to emulate. This scene.
Yeah.
Stop spoiling.
For the sake of this commentary, I will.
We won't bring up the movie too much.
Yeah.
This came out 5 years before the film, anyway. So
Besides, this is mainly meant to help educate
So
us.
I
as
take
well.
that the girl is a water bender while the guy is not able to do that.
Nope.
No.
They're brother
They're
and
also,
sister, by
they're
the
also
way.
siblings.
He has the power of joke bending.
Oh, great.
Well, actually, his jokes can actually be good, but that's for later.
So yeah, basically, where they
Oh,
live
do I
is
need to press
extremely
the
treacherous.
QTE side buttons?
X. No, fuck, I messed up.
Well, shit.
Now
Okay,
what?
now we're in a Spyro level.
Or like that entropy boss fight in Crash to Insanity.
Yeah.
That's sexist.
That's sexist.
That
They actually
remember
they
that.
actually do something
gets
with that as it goes along.
It gets better.
Yeah, that's another thing about the
Oh,
show.
I take that bending is tied also to your emotional state.
Yes.
Yes,
Sorta,
absolutely.
Sorta. It's kind of they explain it more in detail eventually. Katara.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
There we go.
Oops.
And with that one move, Katara pretty much has now altered the course of the war.
Yeah.
So
So there you go. The war against the Fire Nation was eventually won because Katara
Had a tantrum.
had a
And a
tantrum.
tantrum at her brother.
It's the little things, I guess.
Yeah.
It's there's been weirder things.
Oh no, it's Anumi Bozu.
Okay, not to rip on the movie too much, but I really did hate how they made it just it's Sokka's boomerang that breaks it.
Oh, don't even remind me.
Wasn't that kind of the thing here a little bit?
No, as in...
Oh no,
Or at
it's
least even
Captain
breaking
America. What are
him
you
out
doing
the
here?
iceberg, yeah.
I can't believe it. This guy's actually alive.
It's a person.
The deal...
Katara, do not hit that spear.
Yeah, basically the deal was Dwibs. They completely skipped the fact that Katara summoned the iceberg.
Yeah.
Whoa. So it's an air compressed iceberg.
Funny
Please,
you
an
should
airbender.
mention that, Tio.
Well, I get that the Bedang is supposedly the titular airbender.
Yep.
Also, tiger seals.
Oh yeah, one of the things about this show too is that they like mixing animals together. And for example, in Korra we have a polar dog bear.
And
So,
hi,
and Now we
Rufio.
have that kid from. Now we got the kid from Hook and Marco.
That's right. Brante Basco from Hook plays Prince Zuko, whereas yes, Meiko, who played Aku in Samurai Jack, is, and I'm sure this is gonna be Taylor's favorite character. Not just because it's Meiko, but let's just say Uncle Iroh is fucking awesome.
Oh,
No,
he's playing...
these two
I know
are my
this
favorite
game,
characters in the
actually.
show, basically.
Oh,
I actually played this type of game.
well, I think that's the thing you're gonna love about this show, Tio. There's so much lore in it, and they actually do their research to take inspiration
For
from
now,
actual
I'm actually
real life
surprised
elements.
that the Fire Nation seem to have technology of the kind of like industrial age revolution.
Yeah, Zuko, you really need to be careful how you say head towards the light.
In mind, again, I knew very little story show, so I expected it to be rather, at most a Victorian, down medieval kind of setting.
That's actually another thing I love about this show. Believe it or not, this is one of the most realistic.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, Theo, most of the settings in this show are kind of feudal Japanese stuff, but later in Korra, it's more modern.
Well,
More
okay.
like 19th century America
Well,
type stuff.
I can imagine like time progresses and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll sum it up like this: the Water Tribe, they're like the North and South Pole. They're like the
Eskimos.
Yeah. They're like the Inuits. Yeah. The Fire Nation are actually more Japanese in their regards, especially with their advancement in technology.
Oh,
the
I
Earth
get it.
Kingdom is
They represent,
Chinese.
They represent the imperialist Japanese, like the one they overthrown the shogunate.
And now you know why this show is not popular in Japan, because it reminds them of that period.
Of course.
And the Earth Kingdom are actually...
God.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Earth...
this creature, if I'm not mistaken, Jova, isn't this creature
adorable.
inspired by the
Totoro?
dragon from Neverending Story?
A
Oh,
mixture of that and
Alcor?
I think it's a mixture of that and Totoro or something. I forget.
It kind of,
Probably,
yeah, it
yeah.
kind of reminds me of something from Studio. Yeah, it reminds me that boss of Totoro.
Basically, this is Appa, Aang's flying bison.
Because yes.
Basically, it's Cat Buzz mixed with Falcor.
Ugh.
You.
Oh, gross.
But at least it's not acid.
How nice.
Jump in the ocean, dude.
Of course, it's a
No,
Nickelodeon.
no, that's a bad idea.
I take that was a reference to Nickelodeon gag.
Probably.
Shiroi, remember where we are. Jumping in the ocean's a bad idea.
Especially because we're in the South Pole, so...
But David Cage taught us that.
No, Shiro. Whoever told you that David Cage taught you something is lying to you.
I'm
Please.
being sarcastic.
Whee!
Paige.
Anyway, so we immediately get
And he's
introduction that
Oh,
he.
no, there he is.
That's a nice
Hi.
way to introduce the character.
What?
Oh, trust me, Sokka, that's the least of the ailments you'll be having.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So, yeah,
about it?
as you probably already realized, Sokka is pretty much the everyman, the guy who always is kind of the audience's surrogate when it comes to all the supernatural stuff that goes on.
Mhm.
Well, the audience is over the age of, say, 16.
No, he's telling about in terms of morality and rationalization of things.
And, reacting to all the weakness of it all.
Oh, I love this part.
Parker is not impressed. Wee.
Well,
Splash.
shit.
Mhm.
Ah. Bit rusty.
Sokka's voice actor is just the right amount of sarcastic or serious given the
Yeah.
situation. You could say his face kind of froze that way.
Ha 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 ha. Meanwhile, back in the big boat.
No, I'm too
I was a
angsty.
lost- I'm a lost boy. I don't need sleep.
Can't you see that scar? He's too edgy for sleep.
Oh boy, take a shot every time Zuko mentions honor in this show.
I think we'll also get an episode later on. We'll explain his gigantic
Yeah.
scar on
Oh,
his face.
that
we
scar.
will. We will, Tail. We will.
That nostalgia
All in
critic
due time.
video pretty much parodied that.
I actually never saw those those types of videos he did just on a purpose because I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, trust me. You're definitely doing a good job coming into these raw.
His top
but-
10 for those were great.
He managed to get Dante Basco in it.
Yeah. Well, hey, any man who reviews every episode of the show just so he can go into the movie with the best preparation, and the best part is that at the end of this vlogs, Avatar became his favorite show ever. For a good reason.
Oh, flashback.
Oh no, Avatar can see the future of Nickelodeon.
I know, right?
So many
Well,
reruns of Fairy
well,
Odd
let's-
Parents. Oh my
Well,
god.
let's say Nickelodeon before late 2016.
Yeah, fair point. But yeah, basically
It even
around
has an
the
orange tint.
yeah,
Oh my god.
around the time that this
Oh,
show
and that's how they got into the ice
that's
bubble.
that's pretty
it
much
was
the
the Avatar
climax
Forced
of
under
it.
the- Remember,
They'll
guys,
explain what the
forced
Avatar
under-
state is later.
They were
Sure.
forced under the water of the ocean. And Aang hasn't developed hypothermia.
Energy.
Not just that, but remember, he was trapped in that thing, and there was only air in the thing anyway. So I'm pretty sure the air kind of
It was a reaction, but probably hibernated the wolf.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Gran. Yeah, we'll go into that later.
No.
It's like, oh.
There you go. Since he can manipulate air, obviously it's incredibly easy for him to fly with those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Welcome to Ang Airways.
Oh, come on, Saka. Don't be
He's Woody now. He can't fly. That's not flying. That's falling with style.
Oh, come on, Saka. Don't be
Well,
such a
he's
skeptic.
gliding. Well, no, he's flying.
Of course.
But yeah, Ang must have missed the part. Must have missed his vital lesson, looking where he's going.
It's a good thing it's all made of snow.
Don't laugh and drive, kids.
Don't have fun. Ow.
Poor bastard.
Stop having fun.
I'm getting there. Don't worry. I'll be till the end of this season. I know they're called books, but I just prefer calling these seasons.
He has different roles than ours. He is clearly a protect. Really?
Yeah.
Great wisdom
Much wisdom.
indeed.
Well, he is a child.
Well,
so-
technically he is over 100 years old.
True.
So, Tio, you're a big fan of Mako, huh? Or Mako.
Well, he's a Samurai Jack fan, so I'm guessing so.
Mhm.
Well, not to disrespect also who replaced him. They got a good look.
Oh no, they did. But Mako is kind of a legendary
A
actor
legend,
because
yeah.
even before he became famous among animation fans, he actually won an Oscar back when he was younger. Actually,
Mhm.
so he's always been he was a veteran actor who'd done a lot of great stuff even before he came to animation.
So
Oh,
it will probably explain in another episode or something. But let me ask a thing. I understand that the other types of bending manipulates the elements right near before you. You know, water, air, and earth, stone, and everything.
Yeah.
How does fire bending work? They just
They actually
combust the
explain that.
atom? Okay.
They
They're
explain
going
that
to
later.
explain that. Yeah. As you can probably guess, Theo, the uncle is Zuko's mentor, and he will even.
One thing I love about Iroh is how he can dial from serious to like comical
second.
and not lose an ounce. And the best part, he doesn't lose an ounce of credibility when he does it.
Yes, I have to wonder why I don't have a cup of tea with me right now.
Now here's Sokka's deal. Basically, he and Katara's father is the leader of this tribe, but they left away to help with the Great Bending War. So Sokka is the one left in charge.
This can go so well.
I found Aang.
Yay!
I love
That's your best.
I love the irony of Sokka being the most serious one around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need to be filled in.
Yeah, they'll take you a bit.
So yeah, being our protagonist who hasn't been around for 100
What
years.
the fuck? A penguin otter thing?
You'll
That's
see.
me every time I see a cat.
You'll see, to you. Let's just say Aang has a certain thing with penguins.
Yep.
Let's hope he's not like that guy in Yu-Gi-Oh!
But yeah, much like since being our protagonist who hasn't been away for 100 years, obviously it's through questions that he gives to other people that we'll learn a lot about what's the situation in the world.
Obviously.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to
Oh,
the
shit.
season 3 episode about that little detail, right, Pedro?
Oh god.
Let's just say, remember everything that happens in the show. Except for the Great
Yeah.
Divide. That one you can forget.
Oh, I got
But-
that one.
But everything in this show pretty much will come back, even if it's something as early as this coming back for the final season.
Master. My young pupil.
Another thing I love is
Pedro.
that
What
Jesus.
What are those things?
And he got murdered by penguins.
Probably a mixture between a beaver or an otter.
and that's penguin sledding.
Okay.
I'm
So
not-
it's like those lads in Breath of the Wild.
Another thing I do love about this show is that, for the most part, the characters actually speak dialogue that I can believe anyone their particular age would speak.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah, this animation.
And okay, who won?
I don't know.
Mary Canary.
It's something bad, and you should avoid it.
It's like the elephant's graveyard in Lion King.
Oh no, the Rebel Alliance turned evil. The Fire Emblem's emblem, so the Fire Nation's emblem looks like the Rebel Alliance one from Star Wars.
Go figure.
Do the
Yeah,
creators
that's
of the show
going that
hate,
way.
hate the Rebel Alliance?
Just go in. There's nothing that could possibly happen to you two kids.
Promise.
Hmm.
Okay, guys, we better be quiet.
Why?
We're hunting rabbits.
Because remember, the Fire Nation could be so powerful they might have
We're
made it
hunting the Fire Nation.
even loud noise can trigger a trap. Guitar.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
I don't know.
You should be asking about Steve Rogers.
Yeah, shit. How?
Oh.
Oh, that's
Aw.
sweet.
That's not that bad. But I think
But yeah,
always
with these kind of stories, there's always the dilemma of a person out of his time. Oh shit!
Yeah,
He
oh,
was actually booby trapped.
oh, trust me, too. I think that this show is one of the best examples of how you do that sort of person displaced out of time.
Really? What the fuck?
Oh. It turns out that it was meant to send a distress signal.
Oh dear. A distress signal
Oh,
from... That's a
fucking-
Fire Nation ship.
How
Oh,
fucking
boy.
fucking convenient.
Well, it's kind of a smart idea, actually. Someone's intruding on a ship, send a distress signal to send in for the cavalry.
Hmm.
Miss Prinzuko, how long did it take you?
Ah.
Oh
Oh,
goody.
shit.
To be continued.
Well, I'm interested.
Yep, we'll see you in
Oh,
the
hey,
next
hey.
part.
Hey, Dave Filoni.
Ah,
Basically,
yeah.
He went on to work on Star Wars stuff.
So yeah, I guess we'll save our thoughts for like the second half of this.
All right.
Yeah.
See you then.
Okay. See ya.
See you
ya.
then, folks. After the credits. Welcome, everyone, to the final part of the pilot, the first episode ever. So, basically, start right at the episode intros if you're watching this on Netflix, or if you bought this on YouTube, I think you can still do that, or on a DVD episode. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, click.
So,
just for reference, sorry, Dwibs or Jova, whatever. Just for reference, how many episodes are at least for the, the main season?
60
before?
something.
Let
isn't it?
me check. There's,
Each season is like 20 something, so about 60 episodes.
let's see,
Alright.
yeah, for the third season, they extended it. I believe there is 60.
They're also called books for some reason, not seasons.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because it's cool.
Yeah, we're too cool to use seasons.
Basically, sure, the idea is to make it sound like you're reading a book, but watching it, man.
But there aren't any
But this
words on
isn't a
the
visual
screen.
novel.
Well,
I mean, that'd be like calling a film chapters or something.
I think
so we go right to where we left
Yeah,
off.
yes,
They
I'll do
accidentally sent up a flare.
Yeah.
You done
Terrifying.
fucked it up.
All right, 61 episodes in total. Checked.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yay, we're all gonna die because you done fucked up.
It didn't do nothing.
Ha 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 ha.
Topical.
Who died and made him boss?
His father actually left and made him leader in his place. Although, considering
great.
who's
It-
left
it
there,
trust-
it's really a
Trust
super...
the leadership of the whole tribe to like a 14-year-old.
Well, he was the oldest they had. Well, the
Dwibs,
oldest.
you're English. Have you ever heard the tale of Henry VI?
Mm-hmm.
No, and I think there's a good reason I haven't.
Because you're uncultured.
Ooh.
What, you
I don't think
banished
you
yourself.
yourself.
But I
Yes?
wanted to go to the air temple. Well, they're
Good.
being led, by a guy who hasn't even hit puberty yet. So yes.
I don't know, his voice sounds like he's hit puberty.
Okay, he's in the middle of it, but he's not finished. So that's not.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
I mean, the title kind of gives it away, but
Also, I gotta say, the way that arrow is on his head, it looks like it's pointing to his nose. It's like saying "hit punch my nose" or something.
is there like a meaning behind the arrow tattoo thing?
Yes,
Yes, there is.
there is.
Oh,
Ah, ding.
kid, you may want to get another take on that.
Yeah, you could try it again.
The producer's kid wanted a cameo too.
Yeah,
It's like in that game, what it's called.
It's like,
Well,
Chaos
SA2?
Wars,
yeah.
no,
Hey.
Chaos Wars or something.
well,
Admit-
hey, it's like in the movie.
yeah.
I think.
Admittedly, this was the pilot when they were kind of at like their lowest staff-wise.
Yeah. Southern Bongos.
The composer was born and just decided to play the bongos.
He selected casual bongos.
Yeah. A bit of backstory. Fun fact, actually, this was originally supposed to be something more like, say, a short of sorts, you know, like a
Okay.
mini-series. But then when it got such great positive reception, it grew into a season, and, well, the rest is history. Which is kind of funny considering it's a successor, but that's another story.
But uh-oh, the Fire Nation are on their way.
Of course.
You know, for as big-headed as Sokka is, I gotta commend him for his bravery. He's, like, probably the only warrior of age actually left to properly combat it against enemy that they have never really engaged for several years.
And who have the might of,
Firebending.
Ships, firebending, highly trained soldiers, and the Prince of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Or at least that broken off division did anyway, since the Prince was Bede. How did they even see anything in this town? Oh no, it's an earthquake! Run!
Poor
I
bastard.
worked hard on that thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Run! It's Gozira!
It even looks like Godzilla in that silhouette.
I know, right?
We are feudal Japan, and we're here to conquer.
It's like I'm
Wait,
watching Last Samurai again. Where's drunken Tom Hanks?
What's-
Sorry,
What
to
the
Tom
Again.
Fire
Hanks.
Nation based
The
off
show
of?
Regiment,
isn't
but-
popular in Japan.
Yeah, I mean Tom Cruise. Sorry.
Don't worry, Japan. We'll remember
Oh,
for
Sokka, get out the way. Oh
Yeah.
well, he moved out of the way eventually.
Yeah.
The snow did it for him.
That's no good.
Ha ha ha. Corner.
Maybe they just got lost and want to ask for directions?
Why would they crash into there then?
It's an old culture, sir, but it checks out.
Why would they crash
Yeah.
onto there then, Joba?
Yeah, also,
Clumsy driver?
They're the Fire Nation.
You know,
if they had
this is
Clumsy
the
driving
last time we should put the jazz on to the board.
If they,
Yeah.
were clumsy, if they were this clumsy all the time, Joba, they wouldn't be able to conquer a fly.
Obvious joke to the movie,
so
avoided.
This particular tribal border bender just was hidden up until this point.
Oh, no, no,
No,
no,
the
no, no,
Fire
no, no, no,
Nation.
no, 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 no. They weren't hidden, but
he tried.
let's just
The
say...
only thing that's been hidden up until this point was the fact that Aang was still alive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's just say that the Fire Nation has dealt with the South Pole. There's a good reason they haven't been around at the South Pole for a while.
No, not grandma.
Yeah, he totally is that age.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't he be dead by now?
I don't know, Dwibs. Considering how old a certain returning character is in Legend of Korra.
Sokka,
They're
you need
lucky
to
then.
learn the beautiful act of subtlety.
Aww.
Excuse me.
Okay, okay.
Did
Kids
that
for
kid
cameos.
just condone the violent murder?
Can someone please get this kid off the set? Please.
Also, he tried again.
You're not helping.
Well, we got one
seriously?
hit.
There you go. Well, it is a boomerang, so.
Oh, that boomerang. That...
Those usually. Oh.
Also, got allowed to show how not so stoic Zuko is.
Yeah, I actually did like Zuko as a change of character when it comes
He
to
kinda is like a
antagonists.
version of Kylo Ren that's not aggravating.
Yeah, pretty much.
Considering the way it was raised, it makes sense they would be stoic.
Yeah,
He tries to be so serious, but he's just as stupid and clumsy as others.
he's not necessarily stupid and clumsy, but he is not immune to, shall we say, being the butt of a joke.
We get a lot of episodes centered around him specifically,
Mm-hmm.
where we don't really go to
Especially in
the
season
main
2.
cast at
Yeah.
all.
You know, I dare say the type of villain that Zuko turns out to be, I dare say that hadn't been done much in kids animation, let alone. You'll see what I mean.
Sure. I can't believe.
Read this.
I love this line.
man,
You're just a kid. Well, you're just a teenager.
yeah, wow, the sound critic was right. Dante Basco sounds the same here as he did in Pat and Hook.
Yeah.
Well, it was already like what 17 when he did Hook, so by that point his voice had already pretty much deepened, and it was
He
pretty
still
much.
doesn't sound too different now.
I know, right?
He's a villain. Why are you trusting him?
Well,
Rest.
about that, Teal, let's just say Zuko really does honor his bargains.
Let me guess. If a Fire Nation stays too much at the pole, it's eventually gonna melt and submerge everyone.
Funny you mention that. Let's just say that the poles do have something that could affect the entire world, but it's
Whatever,
it's
we'll
not what
see
you're
later on
thinking.
anyway.
But yeah, basically, Aang sacrifices himself so that they'll leave the South Pole in peace, which makes sense, honestly.
Okay, everyone, burn this village to the ground.
Surprisingly, Zuko's not that kind of character, for good reason.
His father might have been.
Well, we'll get to his father later.
Of course.
But he's our responsibility. We
Maybe
should-
he's
Also,
raising
he
an
barely
objection
opened his
about
mouth.
them not being able to do something. Oh, okay.
Ah, there you go.
Oh.
Aw.
He's not all that bad, is
See,
he?
this is what happens when you don't let people finish their sentences.
Oops.
Oops.
Busted.
No soup for you tonight. Oh.
Fortunately, unlike in the movie, this granny will not throw us some really boring exposition.
And hey, at least it built up enough of a rapport and not to have to rely on. He's our responsibility.
That too, yeah.
No, I really mean it. Be nice to your sister. She's gonna come incredibly in handy this series.
All right, Nana, I will.
Well, Sokka himself, I mean, for the kind of character he's supposed to be, he actually brings a lot to the team.
Yeah,
Did you say Saka?
More
Sherry,
than
did you
the-
say?
more-
Did
What?
you say Saka?
No.
If I said Saka, I mean, I'd be like, "Well, you're worse than Shyamalan. How could you?"
But no, I mean, he brings more than a character like him normally would.
Okay.
I'm too late.
Too lazy.
I don't even know where his room is. So, do we have any other airbending safeguards or something?
they've been extinct for 100 years. What do you think? Oh. That's
Yeah.
handy.
Like
Huh.
that. Hey, I hope the Avatar isn't allergic to anything.
Funny you should mention that. Oh, I love this part.
Go, Web, fly, up and away, Web.
It's like a synonymous. It's like reading a dictionary.
There we
There
go.
we go. You found the magic word.
He didn't say the magic word.
That is so begging for an ET shot.
Yeah.
How do you
I
like
see
that,
this every
Doubting
week.
Thomas? Nope.
No, we're the staff of the Fire Nation.
Yeah, whatever. Super speed.
Oh, he's cheating.
The new Sonic game looks really weird.
And thank
Of course.
you.
I mean, could you imagine someone complaining about how he's cheating, and then someone whacks him on the head and saying, "He's the Avatar, you idiots."
Yeah. Aww.
How cute.
Sorry, I don't want to disturb my arch
Ah,
enemies.
there's the spiritist in this open room.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad this isn't the era where where boats were made out of wood. Otherwise, using your firebending would be a really bad idea.
Actually, the Water Tribe ships are made of wood. It's the Fire Nation that make theirs out of metal for good reason.
Yeah, that would be really dumb of them if they did. I'm just glad he's an airbender, not a gas bender. Otherwise, the fights would end with a bang.
About that, Dwibs.
About Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
What, did they do that and destroy our whole town or something?
No, Dwibs. Let's just say it does exactly what you would probably think the first thing to do with airbending.
Joy.
But stuff
that-
explodes.
Let's just say that the Legend of Korra has a certain group of kids that I absolutely hate because they're so fucking obnoxious.
Milo's the worst.
Whee!
But that's again another series. Also, Zuko
Sorry,
is
Zuko.
I'm flying.
Zuko is
Bring it on.
determined as all heck. God dang it.
These fuels you with determination.
Well, like he said himself in the previous episode, his honor is at stake here.
Oh, if only it was just his honor that was at stake. But more on that in a later episode.
And
But his honor is the most important part.
True.
Yeah.
Well, he is a prince, so yeah.
Yeah.
I know, at least in this one he's trying. It's not like in the movie where he just gives up upon seeing them fly away.
I know he wanted to be in the movie, but I think after seeing the result, I bet Dante was thinking he dodged a bullet.
Well, remember, the creators actively told the cast not to watch the movie.
Mm.
Really?
Apparently.
Well, yeah, Shiroi, much like Akira Toriyama with Dragon Ball Evolution, obviously the creators were horrified at what Shyamalan produced.
I have a bit of behind the
I
scenes
had no
trivia.
idea.
I have a bit of behind the scenes trivia. Basically, the creators weren't allowed to get involved with the movie. I'll expand more about that when we get to the movie commentary, because right now I want to talk about the awesome debut of the freaking Avatar state. And Zuko's in the drink.
OP as fuck, please nerf.
But, having not been in the Avatar state for a while,
It takes a lot out of you.
really.
Of course.
Surprise! Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, the almighty Prince Zuko, defeated by poke on the
A
forehead.
stick.
It's vengeance for the time that he poked Sokka on the head with his own broken staff.
And
No. Maybe that doesn't work.
Oops.
She
Oh,
dabbing.
just in time.
She's a little rusty. Well, not rusty. New at
it's
it.
just she hasn't had anyone to teach her where she's been raised. so-
Yeah.
She's like the only waterbender in the south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're kind of all up north.
Oh, I drank too much shit.
Ugh. but we haven't got any cannons.
Do we have like?
we?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh wait,
farm.
no, we can... And
And
he hits
Of
it away
course.
like a baseball bat.
It's kind of like the bashos in a traditional Japanese paper fan.
Yeah.
what a fall that
Well,
was.
What a great situation.
Oh, I love this line. Yeah, I like how the villains thankfully don't constantly underestimate their enemy for being just a child because, you know, it's the freaking Avatar.
Yeah,
Unlike what happened. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
he did that, whatever that is. Go on, Pedro.
No. Joke aborted.
Because
For a
I
good
never asked for
reason.
this.
what
Being
couldn't
the
you?
chosen one sucks,
What?
doesn't it?
What can't? What is it going to be like in the movie where I can't have a family?
Actually, Dwibs,
Or-
no, because the Avatar
Fortunately
very well
not.
can have a family in the
Jeez,
actual
what
show.
the fuck were they thinking with?
Yay! What?
Well, we do have. Well, there are 20 episodes in this season. What we're going to do? We can't just go to the North Pole. What will we do straight there? What will we do for the other 18 episodes?
Not to mention the fact that we have to take a few detours to avoid Fire Nation
Yeah.
here then there.
Yeah, I mean yeah,
And
they'd be,
thus the journey begins.
that's what
Yep.
they'd be expecting us to do, just flying straight there.
There we go. Michael and Brian are the creators.
That's it, Michael and Brian.
Out of curiosity, what are we doing at this very moment?
I don't know if they're
we don't
working on a
know.
new Avatar project, like maybe a new comic. I'm not
kinda
sure.
weird. honest-
No, I know there is an Avatar Legend of Korra comic going on.
I don't
set
know
up
if they're
for the
involved
cartoon.
though, but
And
Personally, I would,
and the animation studio behind Avatar are busy with Voltron.
Okay.
Okay.
Personally, I would like the creators to move on to something different because I think the Avatar universe has been, has kind of run its course, if you ask.
yeah.
Don't
Let's just say,
ruin it.
let's just say the Legend of Korra left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, me included.
I mean, it got better in seasons 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 really did a lot of damage. And even then, let's
and
just
that ending.
the ending of season 4 is
That
well.
ending can go right to hell.
You're gonna have to see to believe. But again, it's still not as bad as the movie. Whatever. Let's give
Right,
our
that's
thoughts
hard.
about this pilot. Okay, so flashback back to this age, and I've actually got a bit of a confession. When I first got into the show, I ended up watching the pilot, which was these first 2 episodes, when it first aired. The next episode I ended up seeing was the 4-part finale. Yeah, I kind of watched the beginning and the endings.
That's not how you do stories. That's not.
Let's just say
How do you even?
I somehow ended up having Avatar fall off my radar, only to come back to it at the finale. So, yeah, that was something. Yeah. But, yeah, okay, this pilot. This pilot actually did get me pretty intrigued, I'll admit. I mean, it was something new, different. I mean, yeah, when you chuck it down to it, it is a bit Final Fantasy-ish with the 4 elements. But otherwise, it's actually a pretty nice new concept. And the characters right out of the gate are likable, varied, not entirely fleshed out yet, but they definitely leave hints of stuff to come.
Even your antags are likable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Iroh and Zuko. Those 2 are going places. Okay, and so that's my thoughts, Tio, since you're the newest one.
Unexpectedly enjoyable. I mean, I really wasn't expecting it to be this good for this product. Like, I knew that the reception was favorable for the most part, but yeah, it's really charming.
Avatar
don't-
is definitely something
Trust
you
me,
need to
Theo,
see
it
to
only gets better.
believe.
It only gets better. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean,
For
It only
sure.
gets better from here.
yeah. Trust me, Avatar is definitely something that you need to see to believe to understand just why people love it so much. But yeah, good start. Okay, Pedro.
Well, pretty much what Jova said. Move on.
Shiroi?
Pretty much what Jova said, except the difference being is that when this show first aired, I didn't care for this kind of thing at the time. So it wasn't until a couple of years ago where I actually started to watch it and instantly appreciate everything about it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Dwibs.
What you guys said.
Alright then, so folks, that was the pilot of Avatar The Last Airbender. Tune in next time for Chapter 3 of Book 1, The Southern Air
Call them
Temple.
episodes.
All
That's
right
what
then.
they're called. But yeah,
everybody.
anyway.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.